as you look through the scriptures, there's a metaphor that is used of strength. Sometimes lions are talked about in the Bible, and Satan is a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Sometimes it talks about regular lions, but here it's used metaphorically of the righteous. And I want you to understand the spiritual principle: the wicked flee when no one is pursuing them. In other words, the wicked are apprehensive. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody who's on meth or something. I remember dealing with this guy one time. He was on meth, and he was just so fidgety. He's like, "Hey, did you see that? Did you see that?" And somebody would drive by in a car. "See, that's the cops. They're looking for me." I'm like, "No, that was little old Sally from down the street." But and if you watch people when they do something wrong, they're apprehensive. You go to the airport and TSA, or if you're in Israel, whatever, they're just watching people all the time, because people who are doing wicked things are apprehensive. But get this: the righteous are as bold as lions. Now, I get it. We're city folks, okay? In fact, in the last service, I said, you know what it says? Lions are king of the, and it was dead silent, like crickets. It's king of the beast, just so you know. And what does that mean? Is that when a lion shows up anywhere in Africa, everything else starts backing down. Doesn't matter. And the Bible even references that in Proverbs 30:30. The lion, which is mighty among beasts, does not retreat before any. Let me put it this way. If you were in Elm Creek Park and you were with your kids, and you're riding your little bikes and doing your stuff, and this guy steps out on the trail, 450 pounds of teeth, fur, and claw, who's going to give way? You or the lion? Crickets. You guys are horrible. Okay. You're going to back down. That's just the way it works. This is so important for leaders, that they need to have the righteousness that gives them this courage, this boldness. I think of this great illustration of Alexander the Great. How many of you know Alexander the Great? Have you ever know Alexander the Great? No, you don't. He's been dead for a long time. Anyways, okay, but Alexander the Great, his father Philip was not only a great king, but a great warrior. Expanded the kingdom and so forth of Macedonia. And then his son was tutored by Socrates. And so literally, he's not only going to become king and a military general, but he's got wisdom, mathematics, understanding that his contemporaries don't have. He is a force to be dealt with. By the time he ends up being 30, he's conquered all of the known world. And this is what he says about fighting against other generals and other nations. It's fascinating. He says, "I am not afraid of an army of lions." You would think you'd want to have a bunch of people that are really tough, really, No. He says, "I'm not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I'm afraid of an army of sheep led by what? A lion." Leadership matters. Their mental capacity at the moment matters. Their emotional capacity at the moment. Their understanding of the battlefield, all that matters. And it's true in the spiritual realm as well. That's the reason when God says to Joshua, what would you say to this new leader, Joshua? You could say anything you want to him. 3 times God's going to say, be courageous, be strong, be courageous, lead the people, I'm with you. You got a book. You're going to have a sure victory. It's okay. I am with you. Just be strong. He's going to emphasize that. Why? He's trying to make him into a lion. And friends, whatever your leadership roles are that God has you in, the phase of life you're in now, there may be different leadership roles in the future. Be a lion for the Lord, right? Be a lion for the Lord.